Imagine this. You're at the cruise terminal, bags packed, passport in hand, when you hear 4 words. Sorry, you can't board. That nightmare is playing out more often in 2025. Not for the obvious sins like expired passports or showing up late, but because of obscure, poorly advertised rules cruise lines quietly enforce. This guide reveals 11 lesser-known denial triggers and the simple steps to dodge each one, from country entry restrictions and document mismatches to comfort and safety clauses, clothing laws ashore, and even malicious booking cancellations. Follow along for checklists, scripts, and prevention tactics so you can pass every checkpoint and start your vacation on deck, not on the pier. Number 11. Post-cruise chargebacks that land you on a no-sail list. You enjoyed, or didn't, the sailing, then file a credit card dispute for a cancellation, cabin issue, or an onboard charge you don't like. Your bank may side with you, but the cruise line now treats it as an unpaid debt. The quiet consequence: you can be flagged internally and refused on future bookings until the balance is repaid. Some travelers only discover it when a new reservation is blocked or they receive a collections notice. It's a harsh outcome for a problem that might have been fixable with the line directly, but brands prioritize preventing loss and repeat disputes. How to prevent it? Start with the cruise line's customer care and billing teams. Document everything in writing. Ask for concrete remedies, partial refund, onboard credit, future cruise credit, and a clear timeline. Escalate via formal complaint channels before involving your bank. Keep names, dates, and case IDs. If you must dispute, try a partial dispute limited to the exact unresolved charge, and notify the line in writing. After resolution, request confirmation that your account is clear and not subject to a booking block. Found this useful? Subscribe to Cruise Adventure for more no-drama cruise tips. Number 10. Overbooking and last-minute cabin issues. Just like airlines, cruise lines balance inventory and occasionally misjudge it. Add in sudden maintenance, a burst pipe, failed air conditioning, flood from an upper deck, and your specific stateroom can vanish even when the ship still sails. Most lines try to solve this with volunteers and sweeteners, but involuntary bumps still happen, especially with guarantee categories where you don't choose the exact cabin. The worst timing is embarkation day. You clear check-in, then get the call that your room is out of service and the sailing is full. How to reduce the risk? Avoid guarantee cabins, book an assigned stateroom and lock it in writing. Complete online check-in the minute it opens. Select the earliest arrival window offered. Keep contact details current and app notifications on, so the line can reach you pre-port. If traveling for a milestone, wedding, medical equipment, mobility needs, add it to your booking notes. Priority can help. For peak weeks, holidays, spring break, book earlier and consider slightly less in-demand cabin types or decks. If it happens at the pier, what to negotiate? A full refund, plus meaningful future cruise credit, not just onboard credit. Rebooking on your preferred date or ship with fare protection. Cabin upgrade on the replacement sailing and priority dining or excursions where possible. Expense coverage for same-day hotels, meals, and change fees. Get numbers in writing. A written resolution letter before you leave the terminal detailing the agreement and how to claim benefits. Paper trail tip. Photograph the desk placard, staff name badges, and your offer letter. Email yourself the summary immediately so it's time-stamped. Number 9. Mandatory muster, safety, drill failures. The muster drill isn't optional or I'll do it later. It's required by international maritime law for every guest, on every sailing, and the ship cannot depart until you've completed it. Lines now use in-app videos or station check-ins, but they still verify compliance. Skip it by hiding in your cabin or lingering at the bar, and security will deactivate your cruise card and escort you off before sail away. No refund, no exception, just you on the pier while your ship leaves. How to pass it without stress. As soon as boarding begins, open the app or TV and complete the video portion right away. Go to your muster station immediately after. Don't wait for the last call. If you arrive late on board, ask any crew member to guide you straight to muster. It takes minutes. Keep your phone charged. Many lines log completion through a scan or app confirmation. Traveling with kids or a group, assign a buddy to confirm everyone's station and completion. If you missed it by accident, present yourself at your muster station before the all-aboard time and ask for a manual check-in. If your card gets deactivated, go to guest services or the muster desk immediately. Own the mistake and resolve it. For app glitches, screenshot errors, and bring your device to the station so staff can mark you complete. Pro tip: learn your station code before boarding and note the shortest route from your cabin. In a real emergency, seconds matter. Number 8. Offensive or restricted clothing. What you wear can get you turned away at the gangway or by local police once you step off the ship. On board, lines can ask you to change if your outfit conflicts with family-friendly standards. Think explicit language, hate symbols, or swimwear in dining rooms. Ashore, some destinations restrict specific patterns, most notably camouflage, which can be reserved for military use only. Enforcement varies by port, but the risk is real. Fines, denial of entry, or a forced wardrobe change that derails your day. How to prevent issues. Do a port-by-port check of clothing laws during planning. Note any bans on camo, face covering, or political slogans. Pack neutral backups, a plain tee, and lightweight pants or shorts you can throw on if challenged. Mind venue rules on board. Closed-toe shoes for specialty venues, no swimwear in dining rooms, and modest cover-ups off the pool deck. Skip joke shirts with profanity or graphic imagery. Crew discretion is broad, and arguing won't help. Consider cultural norms. Bring a light cover-up for religious sites. Avoid sleeveless tops and short shorts where they're discouraged. If you're stopped by staff or police, comply immediately and change. Don't debate the policy at the door. Ask for the exact requirement. No camo prints, shoulders covered, so you fix it once. Document politely. Date, place, names, if you think the rule was misapplied. Follow up later with guest services. Number 7. Age rules and unaccompanied minor policies. Spring break and grad trip plans often fail here. Being old enough to book online doesn't mean you're old enough to sail or occupy a stateroom. Most big ship brands require guests under a certain age to sail with an older adult and to be assigned to the same or an adjacent cabin, and linked reservations alone usually won't cut it. Policies also change by home port, North America versus elsewhere, and brand, adults-only lines versus family lines, with limited exceptions for marriage or active duty military that still require proof. What trips people up? Under 21s trying to hold their own cabin on North America departures. Groups of friends splitting across cabins without a qualifying adult in each cabin. Assuming an 18th birthday during the sailing fixes everything, often the age is checked at embarkation. Counting on we're in the cabin next door without the adult's name actually assigned to that room. Missing paperwork for exceptions, marriage certificates, military ID, or guardianship letters for non-parent travel. How to prevent it. Check the exact brand plus home port policy before you pay. Age minimums can differ outside North America. Assign cabins correctly. Put a qualifying adult, often 25 plus, on each stateroom with underage guests. Lock the roster early and avoid swaps at check-in. Last-minute reshuffles can invalidate compliance. Carry proof for any exception: marriage, military, guardianship, or consent letters. For youth groups, ask the line about group exceptions in writing and keep that email with your documents. If you're flagged at the pier, reassign cabins on the spot if inventory allows, or be ready to purchase an additional adult fare if required. If no compliant configuration is possible, Expect denial, so get the layout right before you arrive. Number 6. Health fitness to sail. Terminal medical teams can, and do, turn guests away if they judge you unfit to travel. It isn't just fevers, a persistent cough, GI symptoms, visible respiratory distress, recent major surgery, uncontrolled conditions, or cognitive impairment that could affect emergency compliance can all trigger a no-go. Mobility aids alone aren't grounds for denial, but added safety or medical risks can be. Decisions are time-pressed and conservative because ships operate far from full hospitals. What tends to trigger denials? Contagion concerns, cough, vomiting, diarrhea, rash, or a travel companion with active symptoms. Recent procedures, surgery or hospitalization without clearance or complications. Poorly controlled conditions, oxygen needs beyond ship capacity, unstable angina, recent syncopal episodes. Pregnancy beyond the line's cutoff or lacking required documentation. Inability to follow safety instructions during emergencies. How to prevent it? Get a fit-to-sail letter on letterhead with dates, diagnoses, meds, and explicit clearance for sea travel. Pre-declare conditions to the line's medical accessibility team before booking and get approvals in writing. Pack a medical file, summaries, med lists, generic names and doses, device manuals, and physician contacts. Bring extra meds, at least 3 to 5 buffer days, in original containers, plus spares for devices. Time recovery windows. Don't cut it close after surgery or major treatment. Manage allergies, asthma proactively. Carry rescue inhalers and non-drowsy antihistamines in your carry-on. Boarding day playbook. If questioned, calmly present documentation and describe your management plan. For app, portal health questionnaires. Answer accurately. Inconsistencies are red flags. If you need shipboard support, refrigeration, sharps container, distilled water for CPAP, confirm it pre-cruise and mention it at check-in. If you're denied, ask for the medical rationale in writing, plus any reimbursement or rebooking options tied to medical denials. Contact travel insurance immediately. Coverage varies by cause and documentation. Number 5. Mismatched or insufficient ID and document issues. Tiny document flaws can sink an entire vacation. It's not enough to have a passport. It must be valid, undamaged, and your booking must mirror it character for character. Full legal name, middle names, suffixes, date of birth, passport number. Name changes from marriage, divorce, or gender updates require supporting legal documents. Closed-loop exceptions out of some U.S. ports still demand original birth certificates. No scans or photos, and adults traveling with children they don't parent need notarized consent. Even loose stitching, water damage, or a faded biometric page can trigger rejection at the pier. How to pass document checks. Compare your booking line by line against your passport. Spelling, order of names, accents, suffixes, date of birth, passport number, expiration. Inspect passport condition. No tears, peeling laminates, broken spine, or smudged photo. Renew if questionable. Carry originals for birth certificates and court orders, name changes. Bring certified translations if needed. For minors not your own, or single-parent travel, pack notarized consent letters naming the itinerary and dates. Confirm visa. Entry requirements for every port. Don't rely on the ship will handle it if something's wrong on embarkation day. Arrive early and go straight to the document desk. Present backup legal proof and ask if a manual update is possible. Have digital and paper copies of confirmations, emails, and prior approvals. The more organized you are, the better your odds. If denied, request a written reason for insurance or future appeals. Number 4. Incomplete or inaccurate booking data. Immigration authorities receive passenger manifests before you board. If your file has a typo, wrong birth year, missing middle name, transposed digits in the passport number, systems can flag you, and the line may be unable to fix it in time. This is a classic small error, big consequence situation. Prevent the mismatch. The day you book, run a data audit. Names, exact legal order, date of birth, passport number, country of issue, expiration date. Recheck after any change. Push the corrections to the line and your travel agent. Screenshot your final, corrected guest details page and keep the time-stamped email confirmation. If the manifest already locked, ask for a same-day manifest resubmission and be ready to show your passport and legal proofs. If they cannot clear it, request documentation of the issue for any claim or rebooking consideration. Avoid last-minute nicknames or cabin mate swaps that can re-break a fixed record. Number 3. Malicious reservation cancellations. One leaked booking number can erase months of planning. Bad actors who obtain your record locator can log in and cancel, change guest details, or move your dining and excursions. Many victims only discover it at the airport or at the pier. Lock down your trip. Treat your booking number like a password. Never post unredacted screenshots. Enable account two-factor authentication. Add a PIN. Note to file if the line supports it. Share details only via secure channels. Don't email full IDs unencrypted. Keep offline copies so you can prove status quickly. If sabotage happens, call the line's security, fraud team immediately. Ask them to restore your original reservation from logs. Request priority reaccommodation or comparable staterooms if your cabin was released. Escalate politely but firmly. Document everything: names, times, case IDs, and ask for a post-incident letter for insurance or credit card support. Number 2. Hygiene and unfit to travel comfort policies. Cruise contracts allow refusal of service when a guest's condition impacts the comfort, health, or safety of others. That can include strong, persistent odor or unmanaged personal care issues. It's sensitive and sometimes medical, but decisions at the terminal are typically conservative and at staff discretion. Prevent problems discreetly and proactively. Before booking, contact the line's accessibility, special needs team. Describe the condition and your management plan. Ask for written confirmation that you're cleared to sail and note any accommodations. Pack the supplies you need: medical soaps, clinical deodorants, laundry pods, and store them in your carry-on. Choose cabins with better airflow, balcony when possible, and avoid heavy fragrances that can draw attention. If challenged at the terminal, stay calm. Ask to speak with medical staff and present your physician note and accommodation email. Offer practical solutions and show your plan. If denied, request the written basis and information on refunds or rebooking options tied to medical comfort policies. Number 1. Criminal records and port entry inadmissibility. The cruise line isn't the final authority. Port countries are. Manifests go to government systems ahead of time. If a country declares you inadmissible, the line may refuse boarding to protect the itinerary and other guests. This can happen even when the stop is just a single call late in the voyage. How to stay sail eligible. Check every country on your route for criminal entry rules. Don't assume it's just a port day changes the law. Where available, apply well in advance for rehabilitation programs, temporary resident permits, waivers, or documented clearances. Choose itineraries that avoid problematic jurisdictions until you have approvals in hand. Consult an immigration attorney for your specific record. Rules differ by country and conviction type. Documentation to carry. Approval letters, permit numbers, attorney correspondence, and contact details. Both printed and digital copies. A concise summary of your itinerary and all port calls to show authorities or the line if questions arise. If flagged before boarding, ask whether switching to an itinerary without the restricted port is possible without penalties. Request the specific code. Reason cited by authorities for your records and any future application. Recognize that travel insurance often treats this as traveler responsibility. Focus on pre-clearance rather than reimbursement. Bonus: the #1 insurance mistake. Travel insurance isn't a magic key. Many denials here: criminal inadmissibility, data mismatches, damaged passports, skipping muster, are considered traveler-caused and often excluded. Even cancel for any reason typically refunds only a percentage and must be purchased soon after your initial deposit. Policies also require you to mitigate losses, notify the cruise line promptly, follow their rebooking instructions, and keep documentation. How to buy smarter? Match coverage to your risks. Pre-existing conditions, pricey flights, non-refundable tours. Confirm in writing whether denial reasons you're worried about are covered or excluded. Add medical and evacuation appropriate for sea travel, not just trip cost. Keep every email, letter, and receipt. Claims live and die on paperwork. Conclusion: most denials aren't dramatic. They're tiny mismatches, missed steps, or policies you never knew existed. Now you do. Audit your data against your passport. Clear medical questions. Before you book, respect local clothing laws and treat the muster drill as non-negotiable. Guard your booking number like a password. Avoid guarantee cabins if reliability matters, and escalate billing issues with the cruise line before calling your bank. With a little paperwork and planning, you'll cruise through the terminal, not watch your ship leave without you. Safe travels, and enjoy that first deck chair moment when the lines slip and the horizon opens. Found these tips useful? Subscribe to Cruise Adventure and cruise smarter every time.